This is Providence Television International, the game changer.
Welcome to this special program on Providence Television International. My name is Ogbebo Ikekwa. Today we'll be discussing quite a trending issue, something that's become quite a source of worry to not just parents but even state governments. Well, to discuss this issue, I'll say that after I'll be telling you the topic, but then I have in the studio a guest to discuss this very trending issue, the CEO, Providence Television International, Dr. Emmanuel Legariba. You're welcome.
Yes, naturally I should smile following that introduction, but I'm not smiling because this is the topic we are discussing is heartbreaking, really. Yeah. It's heartbreaking, and as a parent, I'm worried. Yes, I'm worried, and many stakeholders should be worried about this. Exactly. So I'm sure that we'll go into the nitty-gritty now.
Yes, and the trending topic in question, the ban on youth graduation ceremonies. I know that this has become quite a very, very worrisome trend. Have you seen the recent developments as regards the way pupils, students celebrate graduation ceremonies? I
think a spell suddenly has descended on our educational system. A huge spell. I don't know what is happening. It's like total collapse of values in the educational system. In my days, it wasn't quite like this. Many people of my generation, when they see some of the things happening now, they will feel some hemorrhage right inside their systems. I feel sad. I feel sad as a parent, as a grandparent. I feel very sad because this shouldn't be. I mean, you see all sorts of things these days. People, secondary school kids, doing some very irrational things. Exactly. Wild parties, smoking ganja and all of that. Some almost going naked just because they are graduating from the secondary school. And they have a long journey. That's what they don't even realize. They have a huge journey ahead of them. They've not even gone into the tertiary institution. Exactly. Okay? And parents watch them dress the way they do from their individual homes. So in a way, you will see that, yes, parents are to blame. The schools are to blame. Okay, because these students are under their watch. But I should think that the boarding school system is no longer viable. Okay. Because if it is viable, then you won't have all this kind of nonsense that is happening. But I'm sure we'll show some of the visuals as time progresses. Exactly. I feel pain in my system because it doesn't augur well for the future of our children. The other day, I'm sure we carry the story here, in front of the broadcasting house here, some secondary school pupils. I'm sure that those kids will have been within the range of about 14. Yes, I'm sure they were graduating from GSS to SS1. And they were throwing their question papers all over the place. In fact, it was, they created nuisance, complete nuisance. They were across the roads, littered everywhere. Just because they had this euphoria that after all we are finished GSS3. But they forget, some of them were not even too sure if they will get to SS1. Exactly. Yes, that's the irony. So, but it's the school system, the values are breaking down almost irretrievably. But I'm happy that some governments are tackling this now. Edo State, I understand, has banned these ceremonies in the kindergarten and primary schools. They should extend the secondary schools. In fact, the secondary schools are worse hit. Benue has followed.
Yes, that's true.
Sokoto, I think, has followed. Imo has followed. Imo has, yes. So very soon it will go around the country. Yes. We need to reset the values of secondary school system. And these kids, when they go into the universities, they carry the same mindset. Yes. They become uncontrollable. Exactly. Yes, and the secondary school, by the way, is the foundation. Right. So when you have kids misbehaving, the other day, I mean, it went viral. The student was caught with an implant.
Yes.
In her body.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
Things that women use for, what do you call it now?
Pregnancy prevention.
Prevention.
Yes.
Kids in the primary school, and when they asked her, she said, oh, I'm not alone, we're about 40.
Exactly.
Implants, meaning that you have indiscriminate sex, for instance. For kids in the secondary school, what has become of this country, for goodness sake? That's the question.
Exactly. I remember in those days we used to have guidance counselors and all that. You don't find that in secondary schools anymore. Is this part of the problem?
Yeah, it's part of it. But I want to hammer on the boarding school system.
Okay.
Yeah, because in those days the boarding school system was such that you were close to the masters or the teachers, as it were. They had a stranglehold on the students. Government schools, missionary schools. You couldn't just misbehave because they were there with you all the time. We had students, we had teachers on campus. They would go around. I mean, Edo College, for instance, was just different in those days when we were there. I keep talking about Edo College because it was a standard.
Okay.
All right? So, but yes, we need to rejig the system. Our government needs to come down heavily on the culprits. Okay. Yes, the culprits mostly are teachers because, yes, they cannot control the parents in their home. But what of the teachers? I mean, if students dress abnormally to such ceremony, the teachers are in a position to drive them back home. But the teachers also encourage them.
Exactly.
And what is even more worrisome is the fact that even in kindergarten, for instance, they ask parents to pay all kinds of fees.
Yes.
Just because little kids about 4 or 5, they want to graduate in the primary school, they overburden them with all kinds of levies. And look at this now. I'm not saying that they shouldn't dress. It encourages them to go into our institutions, these kids. But what of the process?
Exactly.
They will buy cakes, they will take the DJs, they will do all sorts of things, and these things turn into some very negative euphoria. Yes. And many parents are excited about this, and I wonder what goes on in their heads. They're excited about this because, oh, no, my kid is graduating from kindergarten to primary. So what? So what? You can dress these kids up in graduation regalia and just take pictures. That's all. Okay? It shouldn't really go beyond that. But now they have all kinds of, some parents even go borrowing just because they want to make their children graduate from kindergarten. Exactly. I mean, these are little kids. Exactly. Some of them are even infants from 3 years, 4 years. So it's a systemic failure. I believe that many stakeholders should be talking the way I'm talking now, because it doesn't go well for the future of our children.
Like that picture that we just saw on the screen, standard graduation picture. But there was this trending video, I think, for the sake of sensitivities, I decided that we shouldn't use that on air, where you had parents encouraging, they go to borrow cars, and then kids will be coming down from the car, kindergarten kids who were graduating, and they will come out in pairs. In pairs, okay, yes, you are attached to this person and all that. And so what's all the fanfare about?
Meanwhile, the parents in question have no cars.
They don't have a car.
But they'll have money to go and borrow cars from car mats.
That's true.
They will pay through their nose.
Yes.
That is crazy. I mean, these are crazy values, for goodness sake. Crazy values. And parents, unfortunately, they are the same people who encourage children, go to this miracle center and do all sorts of stupid things. And at the end of the day, they carry this kind of mindset into the university. All right? But I think that some of the children, let's face it, they overindulge. Okay. There's terrible overindulgence. Yes, you can quietly do some of these things. If your child is finishing from SS3, get back home.
Okay.
And get the siblings together. You can have lunch or something, but don't make it such a blatantly loose atmosphere. It doesn't go well.
We're still concentrating on the kindergarten and primary schools. We'll definitely get down to the secondary school celebration. There is some friends have come out to tell me that some schools, because I'll use Edo State, they welcome to the idea very, very well. That some schools, even after the governor announced the ban, that some schools have started proposing to parents that they're going to increase school fees.
Yeah, because apparently, the reason for that. They are no longer able to collect money from graduation ceremony. Exactly. So they want to up their game by way of increasing school fees. But that's where government should come in. Any proprietor who does that should be sanctioned.
Okay.
Yeah, because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. The private schools are more guilty. I must quickly say this. Even though they're all on the same template, but they are looking for money and all sorts of things. And by the way, if you go to some private schools, their teachers are terribly unqualified.
Okay.
terribly unqualified. Some of them are on about 20,000 naira a month. Yes. Some of them cannot make a sentence. Some of the teachers cannot make a sentence. Okay. And you are turning out graduates from this phantom institutions. So garbage in, garbage out. It's terrible. It's really terrible.
And so can the supposed regulatory bodies be blamed, the ministries of education?
Yes, they have a control over this, whether it's private or public. That's where you have. There used to be, I don't know if it's still the inspection departments in those days. And these departments were manned by experts. Yes, trained educationists. I don't know if they are still there. You know, I don't want to mention some very terrible things I hear, but some of them even go to secondary schools where they're having exams, they take bribe and all sorts of things. Yes, also to make students cut corners. They do that. They do that. From the ministries. Yes. And it's unfortunate because they are not creating a good image to start with. But I'm happy, though, that some governments now realize the dangers in some of these things, and they should be stopped.
Let us now move down to secondary schools, where the trend that we'll be having some pictures on graduating students from secondary schools. You see them with hemp and some say shisha. Let us see some of those pictures. From your angle, do you think the NDLEA has quite a role to play as regards drugs, the intake of drugs during graduation ceremonies?
Well, to some extent, yes, to some extent, because they will not be there when the students are purchasing some of these things.
Okay.
Yes, but the dragnet can cover the school authorities. Yes. Look, let me tell you, some of these kids who do these things, they do them in the open.
Yes.
In the knowledge of the school authorities. They are all entangled in the same euphoria.
Exactly.
Right? Look at these kids, for instance. What are they doing there?
On uniform.
Oh, uniform, yes. They probably are smoking or something.
Shisha. You can see
shisha.
The fumes, exactly, coming from. They call it shisha.
Secondary schools, for heaven's sake. Secondary schools.
I think we have one on in the classroom. That was after graduation. In one of the classrooms. That's it. Those are girls with cigarettes.
Smoking?
Yes, smoking.
Smoking away their lives. They are smoking away their lives. Because, in any case, they must graduate from smoking mere cigarettes to something else. And they are girls. Girls, for that matter. In other words, the values of womanhood are being lost. They are being lost. These are the same girls who will put implants into their body, because after smoking all sorts of things, the urge for sex increases. And then you begin to look elsewhere. And that's why the case of rape have become so rampant.
So rampant.
Yes. Girls. I mean, these kids are in the range of 15, 16.
Exactly.
Yes. And it's a pity. I mean, it hurts. It hurts parents who are well-meaning. And that's why, again, they join all kinds of evil societies. Yes. And don't forget that children are very impressionable. I have often said it. Kids who join secret societies or cults, they learn from their parents. It is difficult to find kids who are non-members of cults or who are members. Let me put it this way. Kids who are members of cults coming from parents who are non-cult members. Yes, it's almost natural because they watch their parents. In some homes, let me tell you this, and this is true, very practical. No child can enter their father's room. It's under lock and key. Their father's room is under lock and key. Nobody, because they will see things that they should not be seeing in their father's bedroom. So they watch, and they go there. Suddenly they see all sorts of nonsense, and that creates an impression on them. Oh, this is the way to go, and it's not the way to go. Okay, so, and they carry this thing back, they carry it back to the society. And I'm happy, though, that even Governor Okpebholo has closed down some shrines.
Yes.
He has even banned some cults.
We carried that report.
We carried that
yesterday. The leaders of cults.
Which is a good thing, let's face it.
Exactly.
And there is no gain. There's no gain in all these things because, first of all, these activities will derail you to start with. Now, if you have the idea that one day you'll be a doctor or a lawyer or engineer, when you are engrossed in some of these things, those dreams are killed automatically. Then you become a nuisance to the society.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so, talking, let us go down now. Also as regards celebration, should they be totally banned in secondary schools? Because we have some pictures in the course of celebrating the sign-out, so-called sign-out parties, where not just indecent dressing is one of the activities, but we have issues that boil down on harassment, sexual harassment. MCR, please let us see some of these pictures. Now you can see this. That's a secondary school boy. Fondling, yes, in the course of
they are fondling. Exactly. Well, I hope it's not too graphic, but that's what they do. You know, secondary school.
Yes.
Secondary school. They go into fantasies.
Yes, you can see this.
For instance, they are in school uniform.
They're school uniform.
Yes, look at it. Yes, they are in school uniform, and they are proud to be wearing their school uniform to do this kind of thing. Yes. They are proud. You know, it's all about overindulgence and moral depravity. It's too much depravity in the system. But they come from parents' homes. Look at this. Fondling. They are fondling.
Exactly.
Yes. And it is not right. Please knock off the picture so it doesn't stay for too long.
Exactly.
Yeah, this one, they just ran themselves into muddy waters. You know, no sane person would do this. I'm telling you, under the influence of substances. That's look. Let me tell you. I have done studies on psychiatry, for instance, and it is the urge to take some of these substances is more than the urge for sex. Yes, it is terrible. And when you do it, you go out of, you go into fantasia, and that is mud. Can't you see their back? Exactly. These are not paints. They rub themselves in the mud.
Yes, but then this question now arises. Does religion have to do anything with it? Because we'll be talking about morality here. Because the next picture that will be coming up, we have in one of the religious sects. I would want to mention, yes, I suppose to clamp down seriously on such immoral acts. You are going to see this picture, and I know it's going to shock most people from that sect. Now you can see signing
on the
exactly, and if you notice
on the breast, yes,
the sect, the
that's
sect,
a hijab.
That's it. That's a hijab.
That's a hijab.
Exactly.
Meaning that this young lady is a Muslim.
Is a Muslim.
Yes.
And that's a Muslim. That's a school. That's an Islamic school as it is.
This is cut across boundaries of religion.
Okay.
Yes. This picture can go off. You see, but what I'm saying is, religious bodies can also help.
Okay.
Can't you see the way some girls dress when they go to church? Yes. When almost half naked. Go to church. Whereas the pastors or whoever, they have a duty to tell them, you go back and dress properly.
Okay.
Because these are against our values. Yes, I have seen with my eyes.
Okay.
These things have crept into the church. Yeah. Some of these girls, they even sit at the front row. They sit at the front row to distract the pastor. Yeah. I mean, these things they are there for anybody to witness to. But yes, the church has a role. In any case, the church has the right to teach morals. Morals is one of the fundamental duties of the church. But the church itself has gone berserk. You know, they no longer do that. They don't care anymore. As long as the girl or the ladies bring the money into the church, they don't care. Yes, and this whole thing starts from the way our ladies dress, young ladies, they dress. Even some married women, you will be shocked. Some married women, the way they dress to church, you will be shocked. Yes, and the church is not supposed to be showy. Yes. We'll talk about that some other time.
Exactly.
Let's not digress too much.
Let us come down from the ambits of the law. Some other individuals, yes, because not everybody will be happy about such decisions by the state governor. Some other individuals have come out to say that this is an infringement on the right of an individual to self-expression.
It is not right.
Okay.
It is not right. They're only deceiving themselves because we have a duty. The government has the duty. I mean, the constitution is right. The welfare covers a lot of things. The welfare of the people. Yes, this includes a lot of things. If this, in any case, what we are saying is that, because of self-expression, they can go naked on the streets. No, that's not right. It debases the human person. Yes, and government has a duty to protect such, the press society against such immoral values. Okay. Any government who fails to do that has failed in its duty. That is true. Yeah, because people who are supporting this will not allow their children, some of them will not allow their children to do this, but they hide under the cloak of human expression and all sort of things. And they deceive themselves. They deceive themselves. Yes. In those days, there were very many years ago in the Faculty of Law, we were told to dress decently.
Yes.
Even doctors, can't you see? Yeah, in the process of producing doctor, they dress properly. You must dress properly. Yeah, because you are going to encounter people. Yes. As we call them lawyers in equity, your student lawyers, told to dress properly. Yes. And I think it should apply to all professions. Yes, whether we like it or not. These are standards that we must not gloss over.
All right. The ban on youth graduation ceremonies. Yes, it is one thing to make such policies. What about implementing those policies?
Well, they have inspectorate divisions. As I said, they should monitor. I mean, the time for such things is fixed, usually around this period when they are graduating to the next class. They should go around. Anybody who is found to be tolerating this kind of nonsense should be sanctioned. In fact, all schools should be closed. To be closed to serve a deterrent to many others who might be potential culprits. That's the way it should go. I want to thank the governments of these 4 states, Edo, Benue, Imo, Sokoto for that matter.
Yes.
Sokoto states, yes. And largely Islamic states. They've come out openly, and I know that many more states will soon follow in this. We need to protect the future of our children. We need to protect moral values. These things are debasing. Yes. When girls come out smoking out sort of things, what they do, debase womanhood. Yes. They debase womanhood because these kids will grow into women, into adults, and what do they carry into adulthood? The foundation should not be made weak. It should not be enfeebled. The foundation should be made strong so that the future of them can be solid.
Okay, since we're talking education, we'll just veer a little because so many people have asked me as regards the quality of education that we have. You also mentioned that in some of these private schools, that the quality of teachers that you have there, nothing to write home about. And so, does it mean that the state, or rather, the Ministry of Education is not doing well? First of all, how do they get the licenses? That's number one. And then nobody's monitoring their activities. What can be done?
Monitor them diligently. And don't cut corners. And when these inspectorate people go around, they should not take bribe.
Okay.
To cover up for this, because they have become a nuisance. Yes, some of them, we go to some of the buildings, ramshackle buildings.
Yes.
Ramshackle buildings, some of them wooden structures and things like that. And they tell you that, yes, we're turning out 100% when it comes to school set. How do they get the 100%? They go to miracle centers. Yes. Some of them go, from Benin, they go into the interior to go and register.
Exactly.
Yes, and in the process, they do all sorts of funny things. I know that a lot of principals have been sanctioned in the last few years. But they are not doing enough. They are not doing enough at all. Yes, and once these people are caught, they should be made to pay the penalty because they are destroying the future of our children. And by the way, the future of this country belongs to the children. Yes, many old people, I mean, over 60 and all that, they are a passing phase. The children will take over. What are we leaving behind for them?
Exactly.
Yes. What values are we leaving behind for them? And these are people, they are young people who will go into the university and they become another problem for the university system. Big problem. Yes.
And so it brings me the role of parents in this whole issue.
The home is the first school. The home is the first school. You must monitor. It doesn't stop there. When my last child was in the University of Benin here, I made sure that I went to the school.
Okay.
Look, this is my boy. Please, how he's doing, tell me about him.
Okay.
No peer group influence and all of that. Up to the university. University, well, they say that they are free. Yeah, but their freedom should be limited. Should be limited because they are young people. They are very impressionable. I mean, kids are 17, 16, and graduating at 19 from the universities. Yeah. So I did that. Why? Because I was looking at the future of that young man. I was looking at the future because if you don't guide properly, he will have a wrong impression. Tendency is that he will join the wrong group. And this boy, my son, joined a group, a reading group.
Okay.
Yes, a reading group. He missed a first class very narrowly. Yes, there were about 5, he told me, about 5 in that reading group. One of them, I think 1 or 2, made a first class.
Wow.
Yes. That's because there was proper guidance.
Okay.
Parents will not just relax. Another problem, they get into the university and that's the end. In the university, they mix up with all kinds of people. Some girls, boys, for a 5-year program, they spend almost 10 years.
Quite true.
They become a burden to the lecturers. The lecturers will be begging them, when will you graduate, for goodness sake? That's how bad it has become. So parents must learn from all that we are saying now. Don't over-pamper. Don't over-pamper children. Right from the primary school. I have a boy, my first child, my first son, is in a school in Abuja. Look.
I think you meant your first grandson.
My first grandson.
Yes.
My first grandson. The next 2-3 years, he's entering the university.
Yeah.
And that young man, I keep looking at him, and I thank God that he knows the reason why he's in the school. He knows the reason. It doesn't, because the home is coming from is very thorough in terms of protection, in terms of parenting. Yes. I mean, the father provides everything for him, by the way. But you see, he needs to know that the future is bright. And once children know that the future is bright, they will key into that. Exactly. There is a wonderful template. They will key into that. When you tell them. I was discussing with a friend this morning, only this morning, who is in the UK, that when we were in school at Edo College, our boys who were in HSC knew the reason why they were in the secondary school. Yes. They were quite big, some of them 22, 23 and all that, because of the time.
Yes.
They knew the reason, and they all made successes of their careers. Because when they got into the university, they knew the reason why they were in the university. The foundation was solid, very solid. Okay? And in those days, and I'm sure it didn't just apply to Edo College alone, it applied to many other institutions at the time, missionary schools like ICC and the rest, it applied. You were, even though they didn't have career people, professionals, those children knew where they were going. In my time, we had our classmates who wanted to be pilots. They became pilots, engineers. They want, right from the secondary school, they had a mindset. Today I'm in broadcasting, it's not by accident, because I knew it right from the secondary school. So that the things we are talking about, we must prepare their minds for the future, because the future is wide, it's big. The future. It is not narrow, it is wide. Yes. So we must look after this interest.
All right. Such programs would always, as the game changer, would definitely always come up on Providence Television International. But just before we go, the CEO has a parting shot.
Well, the parting shot this time would be that governments on this issue, they should come up periodically, perhaps regularly, to tell us the state of the education system. Yes, they should let us know what is happening, what sanctions have been put in place, what are the culprits that have been put into the net. They should let us know. And parents too should play a proper role. Because, as we often say, even in the church, the home is the first church. The home is also the first school. Right. A few years ago, I was a member of the board of governors of one of the secondary schools in Benin. I don't want to mention the name. And we were at the board meeting one day. A girl was being sanctioned, and then the parents, one of the parents, the father came in. He worked in an oil industry. He came in, and we threw questions at him. This girl that has been suspended, what class is she in? He did not know the class. I mean, it was as ridiculous. Exactly. And everybody was aghast. He did not. All he was interested was to pay the school fees. And we were all shocked. What class? He was looking like a deaf and dumb. What class? Wow. You don't know the class your daughter is. All your duty is to pay the school fees. And you leave the burden to the school. That was tragic. And such things are still happening, by the way. So, yes, we must look at things holistically. The parents, the guardians, and then government must work in unison to be able to take off this malaise from our system.
All right. Thank you so much, Doctor. Well, like I've always told you, we could go on and on. It's not all the time you get the opportunity to have a discussion segment with your CEO. Well, on this note, I want to wish you, this being the beginning of the week, I want to wish you a wonderful week ahead.